Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of GTM On-The-Go by Storylane. Today I've got Connor Lewis.
The thing I found that works for me, at least in the first 10 seconds, is you really need to make it entertaining. The classic explainer structure is explain the problem and explain the solution and then show the capabilities that lead to that solution. You're telling people the problem that they know they already have, and it's just kind of painful to listen to. You come into the video with this feeling of dread where you just know it's an ad. So I think if you make the problem entertaining, usually through comedy is how I like to do it, but showcase the problem in such a ridiculous way that people are like, oh my God, that is happening and that's hilarious at the same time. Then you have people wanting to watch more because they're coming in with joy and empathy at the same time. It's funny what's happening in our business. Like we can't get leads and it's leading to all of these problems. And now it's in this ridiculous skit format and I can laugh at myself in the third person. That's kind of the golden rule for hooking people, is show a little humor in the beginning while you're explaining the problem. There's two things here. So number one is that people overcompensate and go too simple, or they flip the other way and they over-explain stuff. I think somewhere in the middle is where you want to go. If you're showing your product the first time for someone who's never heard of you before, how can you boil down your product so that you're not just showing the benefit, but you're also showing the capability? You might have a whole platform, but you really just need to funnel down into this really simple story about how your software solves a problem. And then as people start to learn about your product, as people start to come into your email nurture, maybe they've seen your company a few times and they've visited your website, then you can start showing them more complex videos. Here's the whole solution. Here's the platform. Here's a 2-minute video, maybe not a 30-second video. As people start to get to know your products more, they have more patience for longer videos and more complex situations. So keep it simple at the beginning, then you can get more complex as people enter your ecosystem a little more. Descript has one of the best explainers in B2B tech right now. I think as soon as I say that, people can almost picture it. The colored room, the caricature personas that are in the video. But the reason it's really good is because they have an interesting product, right? It's a very horizontal product. They service podcasters primarily, yes, but they also wanted their explainer to cover CEOs. They wanted their explainer to cover hobbyists who are doing video editing. And so they just had a lot of ground to cover. But the way they did it, they didn't show animated doodads at you. They didn't show a timeline or like their UI of their product very much at all. In fact, I think their explainer showed like 25% software and 75% the personas using their software and the use cases that they use their software for. That's why I think it was successful, is because they broke down all their personas. They showed the use cases each persona would do, and they showed exactly how the software just fixes their problem on the spot. If you just broke it down by personas and use cases, just like Descript did, and did a montage format, 9 out of 10 times you'd have a great explainer. I think the way that you get views is that you nail distribution before you even start filming. I think that if you're going into production and just getting 1 2-minute explainer out of this, it's a mistake. You want to come away with a system of assets. You don't want to come away with just one asset, because we're just not in that world anymore. You need a vertical for YouTube Shorts. You need a horizontal for your website. You need a longer version for your emails where people are being nurtured. I think just creating a version for each section of the customer journey is the best way to get views, because you have to think about the context by which people are viewing it. The basics of it are UGC is great. I don't think it's going anywhere. I think in the B2B space, especially, it's kind of popping off right now, but I think it's social first. So all UGC videos just live on social for the most part. I don't think UGC for the most part lives on websites, in email nurtures, or in sales outreach. In short, UGC, great way to get a bunch of videos on the cheap, but I think you need both. It's so weird that they're pitted against each other, because I think they work really well together. I think interactive demos are really good for the technical buyer, and a lot of sales-led organizations would benefit from an interactive demo because they don't have a freemium. That said, interactive demos are really dry. They don't have that entertainment value. They don't have that thing that sticks in your brain as like, this is the brand. When I'm making the buy-in decision, this is what I think of because of that one joke or that one character or, you know, that one scene. I think the videos apply to that emotional side. They really make you stand out in a different way. They're both helpful, and I think they're both at different stages in the buying cycle helpful. 3% of people are ready to buy, 97% aren't. If I'm part of the 97%, I'm probably not going to go through your interactive demo. If I see an entertaining ad and I'm in the 97% of people who are not ready to buy, I might watch it because it made me laugh in the first 3 seconds and I just want to see what the rest of the story is. If you're not ready to buy, the video is still helpful for staying top of mind for when you are.